Hi, this is Nan from Nan for Art. I started off my savings challenging at about, I would say, September. So this is my first video for budgeting. In the beginning, I was not sure I was going to make videos, but I love doing this and I love the community, and I thought it's really kind of fun to do this, so I want to try it. And I wanted to show you how I started, because I started out super budgety. I didn't want to spend any money. And what I did was I got a set of dice at the Dollar Tree. And I used those dice for a long time until I realized it would be a lot more fun to have a real set of dice. And I found a set of dice on Amazon for $3.99, and they've worked beautifully. I love rabbits, so you're going to see rabbits a lot in my things. I keep my dice in this little rabbit jar that I got at Target. I did not have a dice roller. I had made one out of a cracker box and duct tape, which it really didn't work very well, but it worked. And then Brittnie from SavingwithAGinger was kind enough to send me a little dice tower, and it was so much better and so much more fun. And she also sent me a scratcher, which was just the biggest treat in the world. And I just started realizing this is the nicest community in the world. I did buy some of the Sort Quick because I saw everybody using it, and I realized very quickly that dipping my hands in water every 5 seconds to keep money from going everywhere was not a good idea. So I got that. Then I bought some click art pens. And my first notebook was this one for tiny savings. And it was for $5.99, and I thought that is the best deal. And so I have been doing this since September or October, maybe. I didn't put a date in it. It's something I would do now on. I would date everything. But I tried to start them off with the New Year's ones, the St. Patrick's Day, and I made it extra hard on myself by trying to put all these in order: summer, and then getting into Halloween, and then fall, and then Christmas. And the way I do it is I have a dice that has 100 spot on it, and then I roll a 1 through 10, and that tells me which one to go to, and I put $1 in every one. And so far I have at least $1 in all of them. So this is, I guess, what you would consider a long-term savings for me. I'm going to wait until they're all filled and every square is filled, and then that'll be a nice long-term savings. Then my second thing was I found out that I really wanted some dashboards, and I didn't know too much about downloading stuff, so I just made them out of scrapbook paper. I'm originally a scrapbooker and then a journaler and commercial artist, so I always have lots of paper and it's always kind of my thing to think I'm going to make things. So I made my first set of these, and it was fun. But then I quickly found that there are a lot of wonderful, wonderful challenges for free that artists are so willing to share on their Kofi sites. So I think I did what a lot of people do, and I downloaded a gazillion tinies and minis. I found out pretty quickly that box challenges are a little bit too expensive for me, and I don't do them very often, but I do like them. So now I have the tinies binder to save from, and this is my personal savings. Like, I have things for my car, books, because I buy a lot of books, art supplies, pedicures, hair, and thrifts, and the dollar store, and gifts for people. And those are my main things that are just personal for me. I have another binder like that that's for my husband and I. These are my first attempt at Canva. Canva is eluding me so far. I would like to get better at it, but I did make these at least. These are the small challenges that I put aside for my husband and myself. And please don't mind my nails right now. I injured both of them. It's an Amazon subscribe and save card, household items, air filters, and I got these at the Dollar General. They're the cutest little magnetic clips. They're not very expensive, and I think they were a great way to mark your page. An AC replaced, and I tried not to do any more than 6 in there and I have prop money and I play with that. So that's my other binder. And then I have high priority mini savings. And these are the cutest little set of things. And these are, I have a randomizer in the back for these. And I think these are by Enchanted Owl Forest from Leanne. And if I'm wrong, I'll correct that, but I'll put that down in the bottom. These are my sinking funds. This Esme is my cat. My husband and I both wear glasses. We both need auto maintenance. Our stovetop broke, of all things, and our bed is old. Our tractor's old. We get hurricanes. I realized quickly that medical deductible is a very important category. And then my husband is building us a shelter outside that's concrete block, and this saves for that, for when we have storms and tornadoes, because we're in a place in the country where we get both. And so those are my main booklets. I do have one other booklet that I can show you, and it's called A Year of Fridays. And these are by Leanne at the Enchanted Owl Forest. And this is another long-term challenge. I can only do a couple of those at a time with our budget. So for me, it's this one and the Tiny Savings. But this is the cutest set. Every Friday you put in some money and it can add up really quick. Like January was $80, and February, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. And you can see how it goes. I have them all back here, and I'll get them out as the months progress. But those are my challenges. So it's a high priority and a low priority for my husband and I. And then there is a low priority for me and my binder, and the 100 Tiny Savings. And what I do is on Friday every week when we get our money, I take it and I just mark it. I say, these are for the Chinese challenges. This is for the high priority. This is for the 100 pockets. This is for 1 month ahead. I do have that binder. This is my least favorite binder because it goes so slowly, but I'm still doing it. And this is for my personal binder. The only thing that I didn't have any money set aside for this week was this one, the Year of Fridays. So that's how I put my money aside. Every week I go to the bank on Friday and I get out a certain amount of money. I don't use my bill holder because I find I don't have much room on my desk because I still do artwork on here. But my main thing was I really wanted to show how I got started and how you can do this with almost nothing if you feel like starting. This is just a piece of metal that held this sturdy. And it does work. I mean, it works, but it's clunky. Like the dice always ends up in the back there. So when Brittnie sent me that little dice tower, I was so excited, and that kind of got me started. I got some really good advice from some other people online. One of the good pieces of advice I got was to not start anything too ambitious when you're just starting, because it can discourage you. And that was Pansy told me that, and it was a really good piece of advice. I was starting at a coin challenge that was really above my pay grade basically, and I went to a little bit smaller one, and I've done so much better doing that. And I only do that once in a while when change builds up. So I guess that's another binder too, really, in its own. And she also was generous enough to send me a Happy Mail. I won one of her giveaways, and there's a very spicy scratch and save in there, which I save for those occasions when I have a really good week. And that money will go somewhere special. I haven't decided yet, but I'm working on it. So I think I'll go ahead and do Tiny Savings since we're here. And let's see, where did I put that money now? I'll have to find it. Oh, over here. I only usually do about $8. Last week I had so much fun because I got to do more than that. And I always get out my 100 die and my 1 through 10. And I think I'm going to eventually change the name of my channel to something to do with rabbits and budgeting. I've just been so busy trying to learn Canva that I haven't gotten to that point. I have already got my Etsy channel, and I haven't done a Kofi, but I want to work on that because I want to have Kofi for everybody. Everybody's been so generous and done so many nice things for me. Also, I keep a little bag as my bank. Like, these are not going to work as one, so I go in my bank and I just take out $10 in ones, and I put a 10 back in, and that's been a big help to always have that. And then I have what I call oops dollars. Like sometimes you make a mistake and you miss a dollar, there's always a few random dollars in here, not very much. So we'll do these now. There's plenty of other fun things to get, but this is what I have for now. Anyway, so I will roll this, and that takes me to 57. Oops. Sorry, I'm a little clunky on this first video, but anyway, let's see. I think everybody has one now, which makes me feel a lot better. So this one is a little challenge by the Mrs. Champion. It was free on her Kofi. And I just will take $1 now and put it in here. Put it back here. And I just do that every time. Oh, I need to mark that off though. I'll do it more later on, but this will let me know that it's ready to be marked off. I won't make y'all watch me color. And here. This is a slow one. We'll do a couple more and then I'll do the rest off camera. That's 77. I love these. These are by the Enchanted Owl's Nest. Leanne makes the best challenges. I love her little characters. This is so cute. Oh, yay, and this one gets some. So cute. I do have other markers too. I have some Sharpies because when I first started doing this, I marked everything off. I didn't mark everything off. I laminated everything. I just thought, oh, I need to laminate everything. And so I have a lot of really pretty challenges that are laminated, and I might laminate these, because a set of these, because they're so cute. Because ink gets expensive after a while, and I have a laminator from doing crafts and quite a few sheets, so I might as well use them up. But for right now, I've stopped that. But I have a whole recipe box full of challenges, and I need to use them. So we'll go to 25. And that is right here. Nope, that's 15. Groundhog Day. I did like putting these in the order of the holidays, though it was not necessary to do that. It took me quite a while to find all the challenges and get them organized. But let's see here. This is by Angela Marie 888. Angela Marie is one of those people who has inspired me a lot. Her challenges are very user-friendly, and it helped me a lot as a beginner to realize I just didn't have to go crazy, or that I didn't have to not participate because I didn't have a lot of money. So some weeks I have more money than others, and some weeks I have less. This is a less week money. Like, I really want to fill in that the February challenge, like where you fill in the day of the week for Friday. And I'm just not going to be able to afford it this week. But sometimes I'm thinking some of the mini challenges I do, instead of moving them right into the sinking funds binders, I could put them over here because it's a great way to save. Let me do 2 more. We'll do 23. 23 is, oh, these are so cute. These are from Tori's budget. I love rabbits, so of course Easter is my time of year. I want to go shopping everywhere and get bunnies, and it's a terrible thing. It's like, I love my cats and I love dogs, but I just am always been appealed to, that doesn't sound right. I've always been attracted to things with all things rabbit. We live out in the country, so we have a lot of rabbits out here, and squirrels and turkeys, and you name it, we've got it. But the rabbits are my favorite, so they'll be showing up a lot more. And like I said, I'm thinking about changing my name. I'm just thinking that nobody will know who I am then, but I guess I still might do it because I'm early enough in the doing this that I think it'll be all right. Now here I'm going to need a Sharpie because this is one of the ones I laminated. This is by Doodle Dollars. Super cute. Oh, that one's already, oh, that one's done. 1, 2, well, it is now, so I'm going to turn that over. Yay, I have one done. I thought I had another one of those in there, but I guess not. So we'll take it like this, and then excuse me for just a minute. I have these cards that were by Angela Marie for another challenge she did. I think that's her When You Know, You Know. I'm not positive, but they are free on her Kofi. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll put it in here. And so that saved me $3. And what I'll do is when I'm done, I'll just stick one of these cards in here. These happen to be laminated, but I don't think I'll keep laminating them because I'm going to have to make 100 of them. So I've got one completed. Yay! Still need to put the dollar in there though. Or it's not completed, I guess. Okay. I'm hoping y'all can see this. I will try and edit it so that it's a little bit better. I don't know. I'll do one more. Just one more. 49. This is my most addictive one to me because I just love filling these up. And this is Savvy Girl Saves. And I love Stephanie's videos. They're so much fun. And I'm always laughing when they're done because she cracks me up. And I'll put all these, I'm sure you all know, but I will try and put them all down below. You guys make some really cute tiny challenges, I'll tell you. And I'm so glad I decided to do this way because I got to use so many of them. I still have more left. It's hard to believe, but I do. So there we go. All right, I'll do those, the rest of them later on. Just put the money up front to finish these off. And then down there. Like I said, this is also my art studio, so I'm always sharing space, and it can get pretty congested quickly. I want to do the low priority challenges, and I want to change, like I said with these, this was my first attempt at making things on Canva, and I definitely have not mastered Canva yet, but one of the things I want to do is put these adorable challenges in there. And oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I just went out of my head. Thoughts do that these days, of who made these, but I will figure it out before I post this video and put it down below. But are they not cute? So cute. And I'm going to replace these with that. So this is my, oh dear, did I already lose the money? I probably did. Well, I already put the money back here, so we're good. That's $8, so I get $8 in prop coins for this one. I keep 11 back here, but I take 8 out most of the time. Some weeks you have a little bit more, and that's 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that leaves me, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, probably missing one. That leaves me 2, oops, no, that was right. That leaves me $1, $2, $3, so that's 11. I understand why people say, I can't count and videotape or count and talk at the same time. Boy, do I ever get that. So for this one, I will get out my 6-sided die, which I could be using those ones from the Dollar Tree, but these little dice were so pretty for $3. So I'm going to go to, oh, I'm supposed to start here. I forgot about that part. I do this where I go, this dice is a 4-sided dice that I got, and you do that many. So I will not be this disorganized next time. Well, I say that, but we'll hope for that. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. That goes here. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4 goes air conditioner replaced. 2. Oh, I'm going back to the beginning. That's our dates when we go out. We love sushi, so that's either if we're going out on a special date or going to have sushi. One of the two. And then I have the main sinking binder for all these. This is for household items. It has been so helpful. I bought a frying pan. I got some sheets that we needed. You know, all the things that you just don't think about saving money for. This one is my nemesis, 4. It always gets everything, and it's for salt for our water softener. It's so unexciting, and it's always overfunded. I'm going to start doing a thing where it says fully funded, and it gets nothing else. And this gets 4, and I only had 2, so I'm going to leave the start there. Date, and we just went out for sushi when I had to go to a doctor's appointment, so that is an empty envelope at the moment. This is 75 cents, and that's the problem. These should always be, I've learned that these should always be 50 cents so that you can half them or do whatever you want to do to them. I'm just going to put these in and roll them over, and if I get some more left over on somebody else's, I'll do that. This one, I'll just do a half. It's all a learning process. I've learned so much. When I first started, I couldn't figure out for the life of me what a box challenge was or what a shut the box was. And there's no dictionary to go look it up. So you're just kind of like, well, I just kept watching and watching and watching, and I finally figured it out. I got $2 on household items, which is good because I need a couple things for the house. See, this one's 50 cents, so 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents. It's $2, and that's by Dawn Sunrise Budgeting. That's not cute. That is just the most adorable one. I love that one. I will probably, because I love doing art journals and stuff, I think I can't hardly throw these away. I'll probably make a big collage in one of my art journals of all these, like the finished little art pieces. They're so cute. Got 50, I got $1 on salt. Salt, oh, salt. Don't need money in salt, but, well, we need salt. We just don't need money for it right now. I swear when I fill this one up, I'm going to put a fully funded in front of it until every other envelope is filled up. Okay. Okay. Air filters. I use a pretty nice air filter here in my studio, and the filters are expensive, so this is where I put this money. $1.75. This is a cute one by Julie's Pages, and they're $1, so I'll mark off a whole one. And then for the 75 cents, I'll know what this means. I'll mark 3 of them off, and it'll just tell me that we still need a quarter. Let's see what the last one is. The last one is ACs. We have ACs in our house, and every so often they just need to be replaced, and so this is my funds for that. So I have $1, $2. If I make any math mistakes, feel free to correct me, because I am notorious for making math mistakes. Okay, and this one is $1, so this is by Keely's Creations. She sent this to me with something I got from her. Isn't that not so pretty? It was already laminated, and I will definitely reuse that next holiday. I just didn't want to start over. I wanted to finish this. I didn't want to just put it with the Christmas stuff. So that's all for me today, fumbling around and bumbling around. And as soon as I figure out, I think I know who did these, but I don't want to misspeak. So I'm going to check out, and then I'll put it down below, because these are going in my low priority challenge binder next. They're so cute. Oops, I forgot about doing that one. I don't know how to do this one. I guess I can make 50 and 25. I don't know how to do that in halves, but let's see. We'll just do a half of one. I'll know that's what that is, and then I'll roll over the quarter. That's what I'll do. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and thank you so much for teaching me so much, for being so kind. I have just enjoyed every bit of being a part of this community, and I hope that I can do these videos and they will upload, and I hope I can learn Canvas well enough that I can make some free things and list them on Kofi. Is it Kofi or Coffee? I hear everybody say it different. I have no idea. If somebody knows for sure, will you tell me? Just don't know. Anyway, thank you all so much, and I'll talk to you later.